Hello class, now we are doing the second part of the mammalian homeostasis lab. This is the experiment with the simulated urine. I have my materials laid out for me. I have the simulated urine right up here, labeled A, B, C, D. My test tubes are A, B, C, and D. I've labeled them on the rack for you. In the first part of the experiment, you will be testing the pH of this simulated urine using the pH test strips. This is a very simple procedure where you will insert the test strip into the urine for 30 seconds. You may have to tilt it. Just be careful not to spill it. And then you will match the color change to what's on your pH indicator. You'll record that in the table in your lab handout. The next part of the test is the glucose test. And with this, we will be using the same urine. I just have pipettes in the urine themselves so that I don't have to waste pipettes. That way I can use the same pipette for each experiment. As long as I don't interchange the pipettes, I won't have cross-contamination. So, for the next part of the experiment, we'll be adding the Benedict's solution. And with a new pipette, I will add 3 milliliters of Benedict's to each test tube. These pipettes are graduated, and that means they have markings on the side. So instead of using a graduated cylinder, we can use the graduated pipette and measure as we pipette and dispense our liquid. There's 3 milliliters of the Benedict's in each. We swirl to mix, and I have my hot water bath here. This is recently boiled water. And I will keep my test tubes in here for 3 minutes to see a color change, and record the color change in the table in the lab. Now this tests for glucose, sugar present in the urine. So in the first test we tested pH, and in this test we're testing for sugars. Reducing sugar, or sugar, is present in the sample if a red, yellow, or green precipitant forms, and that means you may see the color change just on the bottom of the test tube. It might not be throughout, but if you do see a color change precipitate at the bottom, we know that there is glucose or sugar in the urine.